Maui Arroyo, and she's been identified as one of the top 35 entrepreneurs under the age of 35. She's the CEO and founder of Hybridyne Consulting, which is a biotechnology consulting firm here in the Philippines. She has networked with a lot of you here in various capacities, whether it's PESO with Vicky or with the Philippine Center for Entrepreneurship and the Techno-Negosyo fairs that you see sprouting in the different malls. She was a member of the inaugural class of the Masters in Bioscience Enterprise, which is a professional practice program developed by the University of Cambridge, Harvard, MIT Division of Health Sciences and Technology, and the MIT Sloan School of Management. She is a product of UP also, Vilman, and my pleasure to introduce to you Maui Arroyo to speak on the industrial biotechnology market outlook to 2012.
I'd just like to note that you'll note that the Hybridyne logo, which is a molecule and not a snowflake, is also color-coded, and it's linked. That it actually shows that a lot of people need to link together to make biotech work. I will be talking mostly about industrial biotechnology today, although there are many advances in health and agriculture. And for those of you who are not in the field of the life sciences, of course, we have to start with what in the world is biotechnology. And the simple definition is that it's a collection of techniques that harness the characteristics of living things to make products better, faster, or cheaper. In that sense, it's the world's oldest emerging industry, with the Sumerians thankfully inventing the brewing of beer and the fermentation of wine many, many years ago. And it's at the heart of everyday consumables. And it's in the production of these consumables that you're going to see industrial biotechnology. Globally, biotechnology is about a $400 billion industry, employing about 300,000 people, and 7,000 biotech firms, 6,510 of which are privately owned. So there are a lot of startups in biotech. It's a very young industry, which is why you have a young consultant speaking to you today. And there are about 139 distinct biotech sectors around the world. We do have, and we would like to have the Philippines be one of those sectors. As I was saying, when you talk about biotech, or if you Google for biotech, you will usually find the application in pharmaceuticals. This is because they have a very high profit, although a very high risk in pharmaceuticals. You will also see some talk about agricultural biotechnology, although this is not grown as fast as pharmaceutical biotech or red biotech because of the GMO issue, which is bad for agri-biotech. And also because there's a high willingness to pay for pharmaceutical biotech. I mean, it's either you pay for the drug or you stay sick. But what's happening lately is that you're seeing the slow rise of industrial biotech, which is using nature's tools to produce their common goods, such as whipped cream, for example. It's estimated by McKinsey in a report in 2003 that by 2010, the entire industrial biotech industry would be worth about $160 billion US. And I'll be talking about why that's happening. There are, of course, external factors. There's a very large trend in health and wellness. There's a shortage of water. We are talking about climate change recently. Of course, there's the political situation in Iraq, the rapid growth of technology and industrial biotech, and the GDP growth in developing countries. So there's a lot of there are a lot of growing markets in the emerging sector of the world. And the growth opportunities here are, we're looking at biomass, converting to biomass to ethanol, to fibers, to plastics, everything from floor mats to car seats, spare tire covers. You're looking at waste treatment, replacing petrochemical ingredients, and basically making our industries cheaper and, of course, incidentally, environmentally friendly in their processes. In fact, from Nature Biotechnology, if you look simply at the food and beverage industry from the 1990s, the output in terms of metric tons of yield is growing either by optimizing a microorganism like yeast, which is, of course, our friends in San Miguel and of course those in Kirin, and would be using to brew, and or optimizing the production processes for those microorganisms has generated increasing yields, and these are only climbing as time goes on. If we look at the US, in terms of what kind of startups are being funded, this is from the Ernst & Young Global Biotech Report in 2006. Although a large part of this is going to therapeutics or pharma biotech, you're seeing about a 9% jump, or 9% of the companies that used to be zero getting funded. And in Europe, you're seeing a small number also, 3% in industrial biotech. This is from Ernst & Young. Taking a look at our neighbors in the Asia-Pacific region, well, this is from the OECD Biotechnology Report of 2003, with some 2004 data. Korea is the #1 country with a lot of industrial biotech firms. The other countries have a lot of biotech firms, but they're mostly in medical. So Korea has 41% of their firms are in industrial biotech. Australia is third at 24%, and Shanghai is at 15% of their total number of biotechnology firms. Looking at these countries more closely, again from the OECD report, you're going to see 60% in Korea's industry. 60% of 640 firms basically are either in food, environment, chemicals, bioprocess equipment, assays for enzymes, and other R&D services, as well as bioelectronics. Only 40% is going to pharma biotech. In Australia, we see that out of 46 firms were about 13% are in industrial biotechnology. And in Shanghai, while no one labeled themselves as an industrial biotech firm, when we looked at the R&D they were doing, you can see that a lot of it is in industrial biotechnology. That would be food, Chinese medicine, special purpose machinery to produce the goods, the biologicals from these businesses. So they're doing a lot of industrial biotech. One of our clients at Hybridyne is the owner of 13 small biotech firms, all in industrial biotechnology, ranging from natural products, functional food, all the way to nutraceuticals, the difference of which I will be explaining shortly.